scene for Mage in the Living World of Darkness. This scene starts in the garden where Ty is basically he'll been speaking to Simon about performing a spirit summoning and the various things he needs to do for it. And he'll be with Simon right now, and he'll basically be like, he'll be preparing in some ways to summon his totem avatar, a spirit that has come to him before. So he assumes he has some resonance with, or some likelihood of good dealings.
As Simon will have explained to you, it's summoning a spirit is not something you can just do like a few days of talking about. It requires skills and knowledges and understanding of, but you can still. But this is a spirit he would recommend you trying to summon because, unlike most of them, it doesn't have an intrinsic need to screw you over, as you already have an in there. So a lot of the problems it wouldn't be as hard. He would also recommend you using the summoning space that it's already been prepared for most of it. You might have to do some to make it fit your style, but the space has been set, and the only thing you need is maybe an offering and get going with the magics.
Well, he will prepare the space. I don't know if you saw one of my ropes, which is basically a combination of Life 2 to make plants grow, and Spirit 2 to lower the gauntlet in an area.
Yeah.
And
sure.
basically,
I saw the prime thing is the only thing I need to look up. Beyond that, everything else is fine.
So that bit was just kind of like an additional thing. Like I don't necessarily need to do that. But yeah, basically he will. He'll do it. He'll have done it yesterday. He'll borrow some bus fare. He'll take a bus out of the city to one of the forests in New Jersey. He'll walk around. He'll collect things from essentially a kind of non-urban place, a wild place, some water, some dirt, and then he'll get the bus back into the city. And he will essentially kind of like spread some of the dirt around.
Okay, this I'm having to ask because of mechanical implications. Are you using the summoning space in the labyrinth or just doing this in the garden?
He's like altering the summoning space in the labyrinth.
Yeah, cool. It already has plants growing, so it shouldn't be that difficult for you. Just do your rote now. Roll your rote.
Just to get into is Gwen would have probably sensed that Ty was gonna do something, and she's like gonna follow him, just sit there. She won't interfere, but yeah.
Yeah, he basically spreads this kind of like dirt around, just sprinkling it around symbolically, and then the water. And then he will do it. So I think I'll need to affect kind of like an area is usually 5 successes. So I'll go for that. And the flair of using kind of like natural ingredients, say -2.
That's not -2. You using natural ingredients is not that hard to come by. You just have to. I mean, I'm just pointing that out. It's not that big of a sacrifice or anything, or that weird. If you are being a wild mage, but let me look up to see. Yeah, but let me. We can. Yeah, -1. The -2 would require you to give something more expensive or elaborate, like a specific plant or like something really, or like untainted earth or whatever.
That's fine. I have 2 successes. Oops. 4 successes.
What does you either
that
spectacularly bought?
5 successes.
Yeah. Countries are nice in that you don't have to. Well, you can just narrate the effects as plants start growing into overdrive or over. There. They don't cover all the markings or ruin the stone circle in the middle, but yeah, nature clearly starts claiming so. I would say that you put a nice little mark on the place for future reference. So you should work with you without having to do this route in the future there. Then we can start with the actual summoning. That'd be fun. Since you are going to summon a totem avatar, say 6 successes, you've made it so you don't need much more because it's you don't need like anything more. You don't need much more than that. Actually, since
sorry,
it's
guys,
your totem avatar,
I've
I've
really got to go. Sorry.
Oh,
Can you change the scene? I'm sorry. I can just
no,
leave it
it's cool,
on.
man.
But yeah, I need to jump out. Sorry about that. I'll see you in a second.
No, end the broadcasting then, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.